Hello, it's Friday and I haven't really planned what I'm gonna say for this video, so just go along with it. One thing about me is that I have a shit ton of theories for everything. I've been obsessed with Doctor Who since a very early age, so obviously those have accumulated. But for my relatively new obsession of Supernatural, and I do mean obsession, I have like 2 notebooks for Supernatural based things. Like I want to make a card game for Supernatural. I also have a scientific theory for pretty much everything. But I'll go into that later. First off, my Doctor Who theories. 1. Time Lords are descendants of humanity. Basically, what happened was that the human race was spreading across the stars, and one day they saw this red planet about twice the size of Earth, and they thought, this is a very nice place to live, why don't we land here? Except this very relatively small colony, they landed, except it turned out their planet was on a fault line for the rift. They didn't know much about the rift at this time, so they sort of crashed. So when they crashed, they were about 13 billion years in the past, to really near the beginning of to pretty much just after the planet formed. Luckily, because they were humans, and this is quite far in the future, the technology is really advanced. So they terraformed the planet, they did everything, because they're quite intelligent at this point, they came up with the science of the rift. They sort of knew how to stabilize it, so they created like a gate for it to house it, which is what the Master looks into. But the thing about this is it sends it out radiation from the future, which depicts how they evolve. So instead of becoming smaller to cope with the gravity, they grow 2 hearts, and then the time energy sort of imprints it onto their DNA. This is one reason why I'm really annoyed with River Song. I hate her. She doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to take billions of years. But another video entirely. One thing, I'm desperately hoping for the 50th anniversary that Moffat doesn't forget entirely about everything that happened before Matt Smith. He needs to bring them back. I mean, David Tennant can come back at any age. It makes no difference, because he has a version of himself in another universe. But what I want to happen is at least a 4 Doctors special. David Tennant, Christopher Eccleston and Paul McGann would just come back immediately. Paul McGann is doing a radio show about the Dark Doctor, in which the times between him and the Time War, and I desperately want to listen to it. Unfortunately, a lot of them are really old now, or dead, so unless they hire new actors, which I would be all for, they did it before with the 5th Doctor, it wouldn't really make sense. But hopefully I'll see you all next week, but I doubt it. Yeah.